A community is grieving after a terrible loss. A crash in Phoenix took the life of a 14-year-old girl and left 4 others injured when the car they were in hit a garbage truck. Ella Thomas died at the scene. Today, her family is trying to cope with this tragic loss. Her friends, who were also in the car, now physically recovering. Investigators believe speed and the failure to yield may have caused the wreck.
So now we're hearing from a survivor of that crash. She is only 16 years old.
Very sad story. This morning, Jamie is talking to one of the teenagers who was inside of that crumpled car, whose daughter did not come home on time. This is heartbreaking.
It really is for how many families are impacted here, and even the garbage truck driver who survived and was part of this as well. Diana Sowa says her 16-year-old daughter, Melanie, comes home before curfew, not after. So when Melanie was not home from her neighbor's house at 9 in the morning, she knew something was wrong, but just how wrong? It would take hours to find out.
I don't remember. After Dutch Bros, that's the only thing I don't remember.
16-year-old Melanie Sowa speaks to us through a wired shut jaw, her vision gone from her right eye, her hearing impaired in her left ear, and her lung collapsed.
They told me I had like bleeding in my brain and my temples and stuff. They had to do surgery with my eye too. They told me I had glass all over my back and everything.
We start right now with some breaking news for you. 5 people in critical condition, 1 dead after a really bad accident.
The fact that Melanie's alive, a miracle. That car smashed underneath a garbage truck is the one she was in. Melanie and her best friend, 14-year-old Ella Thomas, were doing a sleepover at Ella's, who lives down the street from Melanie. The girls climbed into the car with some boys they knew in the early hours of Sunday, July 21st, to go to Dutch Brothers. They got their coffee, but haven't been home since.
I just feel sad about everything. It just still doesn't feel real.
Police say the driver of the car blew a red light at 51st Avenue and Thunderbird, hitting a garbage truck, the 2 skidding. Then the garbage truck rolled onto the teenager's car, crushing it and taking the life of Melanie's best friend, Ella.
We kind of had our future plan and everything together. So I would just ask her and be like, how am I going to do it without you? Just because we did everything together.
Melanie and the 3 boys were taken to Thunderbird Hospital in serious and critical conditions. Melanie's mom still had no clue where she was.
When I tell Melanie a time, she will come home at that time or before. So I knew something was up.
Then she heard of the bad crash down the road from their house. She rushed to the hospital desperate to find her daughter, but Melanie had no ID. Hours later, after handing over picture after picture to police,
The social worker gave me a necklace that Melanie was wearing. So I knew that was Melanie.
Diana Sowa is grateful her daughter is alive.
That Melanie still have a chance and God gave her a second opportunity in this earth. As a mom, I don't care how long it's going to be the process for her to be the Melanie that we knew. We're gonna be every step of the way.
So it's slow.
It's slow, just everything feels like it's angled.
And the steps are tough. Melanie walks with a walker, having just moved from the hospital to a rehab facility.
I'm just trying to focus on, doing everything, just standing up and just starting to do everything on my own. It's hard and everything just because my vision and everything is just constantly moving.
Her plans to attend public high school with Ella this fall scrapped. She'll continue with online school,
I'm going to have you complete the pattern.
along with speech and physical therapy and some counseling too. A big change and lots to absorb for a teenage girl whose early morning coffee run changed everything.
It made me appreciate people in my life more than before. Just knowing how, life can change and just take someone away really quick. So just after the accident and stuff, it just made me appreciate my family and, my close friends and everything more. So, yeah.
Melanie is back home now. She's really coming to grips with the fact that her best friend is gone. I met this family because I did a Jamie's Local Love with them about 2 years ago.
Oh, you did?
They have a hot dog shop a couple blocks away from that crash scene
my
called
gosh.
Doglicious. And we actually had them booked to come on the weekend show to celebrate Hot Dog Month or whatever the case may be. and they reached out and said, "James, that's my daughter."
Oh my gosh.
Man.
So
and you
a
reported that.
beautiful-
You were reporting that as breaking news,
Right.
not knowing what was going on.
Someone who I knew,
Right.
and had spent the day with, and that family is just so delightful. And they homegrown. They have their own business. They had to shut down for about 2 weeks while they were helping Melanie. And now they're back open, and they have a GoFundMe page that we're going to put on our website.
So something like that, so difficult for any age, let alone a young person, but does she have lots of help?
She does. I mean, her mother is committed. She is a feisty Colombian, and she teaches Zumba like no other. This woman is determined. So whatever she wants to do, she'll get done. And that fierceness is definitely instilled in her daughters and Melanie too.
She's going to take care of her baby.